Jai Shri Mataji, good morning. Welcome to today morning's meditation session. Let us all collectively go down at Shri Mataji's lotus feet very humbly and then raise our Kundalini and take Bandhan. Let's keep our right hand on the heart. Look at Shri Mataji's face, her hands. Let's just surrender our heart at Shri Mataji's divine lotus feet. Shri Mataji, with your blessings, I know that I am nothing but the Atma, and my only pure desire is to be completely in union with you. No other desire, nothing else matters to me, Shrimataji. The only thing that I want is you. Please come into my heart and remove all the ignorance, all these thoughts, arrogance, so that I am completely one with you, Shrimataji. Shrimataji, I surrender this ego and superego at your divine lotus feet. I am nothing but your innocent, pure little child. And my only desire, Shrimataji, is to be one with you. Let's recite the Sri Ganesha mantra once. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Keep both our hands towards Shri Mataji. Just observe ourselves, relax, surrender all our thoughts, and allow Shri Mataji to work in us so that we are established in complete oneness with Shri Mataji in our Sahasrara. Shri Mataji, I am not these thoughts. I am nothing but the Atma, your innocent little child. Please let me pass through this Agya Chakra into the Sahasrara. For my only desire is to be one with you, Shri Mataji. Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. Dhammam Sharanam Gacchami. Sangham Sharanam Gacchami. Shrima Sharanam Gacchami. Shri Mataji, I surrender all my fears, all the sense of insecurity, for I know that it is only you who protects me from all the evil. I am not this past conditionings, Shri Mataji. I am the Atma, which is completely detached, just a witness, absolutely pure and innocent. I am not this past, I am not these conditionings. Shri Mataji, please allow me to remain above the Sahasrara chakra in your divine kingdom, at your divine lotus feet. Shri Mataji, I know that it is only with your blessings and your grace and your compassion that I am settled in the Sahasrara, that I am established in the kingdom of heaven at your divine lotus feet, Shri Mataji. Jai Shri Mataji. Now let us watch Shri Mataji's talk.
It's very, very good, excellent. Like in India, first of all, there was one a magazine where Rajneesh used someone to speak against me. But that lady had stolen some of my photographs and had given the photographs as well. And everybody in my family was so angry, my brothers, my husband, they wanted to sue the paper. I said, I don't like this idea of suing the paper or anything. So when we had the first program in Delhi, it was so overcrowded that I could not even take my car inside. So the outside also was filled. And they had to put loudspeakers outside the hall. And I asked the people, how is it they are here? They said, we saw your photographs in the Illustrated Weekly and we are so much impressed. They never read anything, not a word. And they were all there. One of them is Harsh, and so many of them have come from there. Just seeing the photograph. So if she had stolen the photograph, it was for our good. And normally we would have paid a lot of money to publish something. Without paying any money, it was there. And then these people, you see, my family people, they saw that this magazine was closed for 6 months and they had to go into a terrible loss. I didn't desire that either. When you are desireless, you are happy because you are never disappointed. You are never nervous. So to be desireless doesn't mean that you become something absurd or ascetic or anything. But not to expect something. If I do like this, then this will happen. If I do like this, that will. Not to worry. Do what you want to do. One thing you should know that nothing bad can happen to you. And if something bad is happening, it's something wrong. I'll tell you another thing. This time, first time, I fell down a little bit, not much. So they said you can't go out of the house at all. You cannot move out because it's raining and you will develop arthritis. I can never develop anything like that, but doesn't matter. So I was made to stay in the house and I wrote this book in that. It was nice, I fell down. Otherwise, they would have said, come here, come. All my family was there for a holiday. Thank God. I got these 4 or 5 days, I wrote this book. So make the best of all disappointments. If there is a disappointment, just smile at it. And know for it is for your good to discover something new, to find out something better. But the conditioning is so strong. That's why I say be in the collective. Now, for example, we have Indians, we have got French, we have this, that, and all that. All their conditions are around them. Still. For Indians must have Indian food wherever they go. It's a very difficult situation. That way, you people are better. You eat every sort of, even you eat wretched Indian food. I don't like very much Indian food myself. It's not very nourishing. It's more tasty, but not nourishing. But you don't mind eating any food whatsoever. That's a good thing about it. But your desires are another, little different, which you know very well, I need not tell you. Like I told ladies not to carry too many cosmetics and heavy things with them. But whenever they come, the men break their hands picking up their big, big suitcases. I'm not saying that should walk about in a manner that is not so decent, but for that, keep to minimum. Or else there is a competition with the leader, always somebody will be there. But in the West, what I find, not so much for food, but for house, even in India, if you marry an Indian wife, she'll try, or a Greek wife also, will try to keep the husband to herself. It's a common thing, I've seen it. They're something like Indians. And they spoil the ascent of the husband and theirs also. It's a fact. And very dominating. Indian women won't be dominating, but they will try to control the husband, to have another house of their own. They don't know, Indians don't know collectivity. They're very individualistic. Now, with Sahaja Yoga, of course, they're learning gradually how to be one with others. Moreover, culturally, some people are different. So they stick on to their own culture. Of course, whatever is good in any culture should be taken. Because whatever is universal culture is in Sahaja Yoga. But so many things there are where we just falter because of our conditionings. And that's why at the same time we had another great incarnation of Mahavira, who's pointed out what are the punishments for people who indulge into their conditionings. When a horrible things he has talked about. What will happen to people if they have their conditioning? Where will they end up? What will be their situation? What kind of hell they will get? This is being described, horrible things. Of course, I'm not going to tell about that today. But common thing about him and all his contemporary, like Buddha, Kabira, and all these people, was one thing common, which came that they, not Kabira so much as Buddha, that is better not even to talk about God, but to talk about abstract, about formless. Because the worst condition in those days was that once they started worshipping any deity or anything, they became complete slaves of that. Like Muhammad Sahib also said, he talked of Nirakar. But these two went even beyond that and they talked, there's no God. Better not talk of God just now. Better get your self-realization. I did the same in the beginning. I said, get your self-realization. Because anybody can start, I am God. So they never talked about God. Not at all. And they all the time said that there is no God, but it is yourself. They tabooed actually. They are called as Nirishwaras. Nirishwarvad. Did not believe. Both of them did not believe in God, but in self-realization. They knew that I had to come and tell you about it. So Buddha has talked about the future Buddha, which is Matraya. Ma is mother, who is in three forms. Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati. Any Buddhist, if you ask him to ask the question of Matraya, he gets his realization just then. So he talked of Matraya Because he knew that when Matreya will come, she will have to tell people about Ishvara. According to them, the people had not yet reached that stage that you could tell them about Ishvara. So they said there is no God. Just to accentuate self-realization. Atmagyan, knowledge about yourself. Self-realization. And early Buddhists, I am told, of course they were Bhikshukas, they were ascetics, but they had the experience of the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost. Just like the Gnostics had. But there were very few. There are not as many as you are, but quality-wise they're very high. Because all of them had come through that terrible penances. So quality-wise they were very high. And because the difference between them and others, the quality-wise, was so much, that they could not impress the others, and so just it died out, I should say. But still we had Zen, where Viditama is another disciple of Christ, went down, of Buddha went down, and Tao. These two are the ones which are expressing Buddha's ideals about Sahaja. Tao is nothing but Sahaja. Tao means how it works out. And Zen system, Zen means dhyana. So they also believed in raising the Kundalini. They did not hit at that time anybody's spinal cord, but later on they started hitting people's spinal cord with some stick to put them into that. So Tao and Zen both are offshoots of the same Buddhism, in the real sense of the word, I should say, of their ascent, without talking about Ishvara, about God. But aims were the same, to become Buddha, but they also died out. I met the head of the Zen who came to me for curing. I asked him, I said, how is it you are the leader? You are not even a Kashyapa. Kashyapa is the one who is a realized soul. So he told me, confessed to me, they had only 26 Kashyapas throughout. And only after the 6th century they started. And very few were there, and it has died out. That means how lucky you are that you are all realized souls. So for our banyan tree is the collectivity. We have to make ourselves subtler beings to be one with the collective. And that is very enjoyable, very beautiful. Those who cannot do it, cannot progress in Sahaja Yoga, they are problematic and they create problems and they trouble everyone. Their attention is bad and no one knows how they stand. So Buddha's message is, of course, is not to develop ego. But how do you do that? First of all, whatever you are doing, you have to say, I am not doing it. It's Mother who is doing it, or God who is doing it. I am not doing anything. But if you feel that you are doing something for Sahaja Yoga, it's better you stop doing it. But you should say, it came my way, I didn't do anything, I was just there, that's all. Then you have achieved a great deal. And the second thing is of desire. Even desire of anything, of smallest thing or the biggest thing, or even loving your children, loving your wife, this, mine, all those things. All these desires, if they are not fulfilled, you feel frustrated, then you must know that there's something wrong. But if you understand the sense of collectivity, then you can ascend very fast. I would say Indians are extremely religious, disciplined people in a way. But they are lacking in collectivity. If they could come up to collectivity, they can shoot off. The only nation which I have found very good is Russia. Because of communism, they are collective and desireless. Because all their desires were fulfilled by communistic ideas, they didn't have any choices left. And also they were collective. In a way, communism has suited the public, not the government. While the other way around, democracy has suited the government to make money, but the public has suffered. So we are people who have not been able to know about collectivity. So I would say the collectivity develops faster in the West, no doubt, much faster. But desirelessness is less. So it's like somebody has the teeth and somebody has the food, sort of a thing. If we can see ourselves as we are and try to understand that either we have this problem or that problem, if you could just somehow or other neutralize this one-sided problem, you could be there. Because if you solve one, you can go to another, from there to there. But just to stand in the center and see for yourself, what are my desires? Count them one by one. I mean, if I have to think what is my desire, I become thoughtless. Really, my position is horrible. If I have to think, what should I desire now? I become thoughtless. Sometimes I develop some ego. I don't know from where to start. Must have some ego after all. Everybody has, so why not me? I don't know how to start it. Then, we also have these conditionings of developing this horrible thing called guilt. I mean, this is another. At the time of Buddha, nobody had this problem, I think. This is a modern technique to feel guilty. Some sort of a modernism in it, because I don't know how it is worked out. And this modernism of this horrible thing called guilty is something really has come to my lot to clear out, not at the time of Buddha. I never had this. Otherwise, he would have paved way for me, but that he did not. He's left it to me to clear out your left Vishuddhis and mine also all the time hurting me here. So this horrible thing, especially Western mind, Indians don't have guilt to it, nothing. But this has to be overcome. As you know, that Buddha and Mahavira both support the center of Agya. So, if you have to have a very clear-cut Agya chakra, then on one side, you should be desireless. You should forgive. Ksham. Ksham is the Bija mantra, is to forgive. Bija mantra of right side. Ksham, I forgive. And the left side is hum. Like the left-sided person always feels, oh, I'm no good. This, he has to say, no, I'm good. Hum, I am. So hum and ksham, these are two bija mantras which we have to say. Of course, if you say, they will act, because after all, now your pranas have become pranavas. Your breath has become enlightened. But rather weak, I should say. It doesn't matter. Your mantras can act. You must use these two bija mantras to clear out your agyas. But Mahavira has a solution for this. That after realization, if you catch your agya, you get a terrible headache. That's Mahavira style. You do anything wrong, you get punishment. You indulge into anything, you are punished. You go against SAHAJA Yoga, you are punished. I'm not doing it, it's Mahavira. Simultaneously working. If you try to be overly smart, you are outsmart. So these two forces are working from the right, left, left to right. If you overdo right, then the left hits you hard. If you overdo left, then the right hits you hard. Both of them are like really like double-pronged attacks. One is, says don't have desire. All right, you have desire. Punished. This side. Like some people say, I must have children, I must have children. You give them the children, they say, mother, why this horrible child you have given me is such a horrible child. Then somebody says, mother, give me a lady from, say, Maharashtra. Recently there was a case like that. She was bothering too much, mother, give me one lady from Maharashtra. And a real special style came to punish. They said, no more from Maharashtra. And she was really, I've never heard of such a woman in Maharashtra. Horrible. Because she was insisting on it. So she had it. She says, no more from Maharashtra. No, I said, everybody is excellent. This was an exceptional case, came just to punish you. So to have any desires, if you cross a certain limit, you are punished, and that is done by Mahavira. In a small way or a big way. Like there was a little boy who came to London, very bombastic. And he wanted to buy something for himself. I took him to an ordinary shop, and there was a very nice coat, full wool and all that. He wouldn't buy. I want to go to a big shop. I said, all right. So I said, I'm not coming. I sent his father. He came back with an artificial coat from that shop without knowing that it was artificial. Because you wouldn't take something from an ordinary shop. So in the big shop, very nicely, big price they gave, and this they got. Every minute, Sahaja Yogis must know that there is a Mahavira sitting down. Also, Buddha is there who gives you an indication that don't do this. Do not desire so much. He puts limitations to you. But if you don't listen, then all right, Mahavira is there to correct you. Up to a point he goes. Then you get headaches. Then you say, Mother, why did I get headaches? You asked for it. It's such an automatic machinery that we have to be very careful as Sajogis. So today's understanding should be that we all should become collective from inside. We should not grudge or grumble about it and enjoy the collectivity. But the second side of collectivity is this, that do not try to exploit the collectivity. Otherwise, you'll be in trouble. Like I've seen some people don't know how to use their bathrooms. When you are collective, you have to be respecting the collectivity of others. By your presence, another person should not by any chance suffer or should not feel in any way
Been meditation for some time. Let us all thank Shrimataji with our right hand on the heart. We bow down to Shrimataji in our hearts with gratitude. Praise Shrimataji. We thank you again and again for all the blessings and for giving us this joyful and lovely online meditation. We thank you, Shrimataji, for all the knowledge that you give to us. Shrimataji, we very humbly pray to you to keep your attention on all the innocent people of this world who suffer due to all the man-made problems of this world. Shrimataji, we request you to please make every seeker of this world a Sahaja Yogi, so that the whole world becomes self-realized and awakened. We surrender all our prayers to you, Shrimataji. Please accept them. Now let us raise our Kundalini and take Bandhan.